Like I said, Road Train, the real world doesn't have physics like this. I'm well aware of how actual mines are dug. I'm Welsh, Road Train. Open pit, branch mining. I've been in several mines. I used to play in a quarry. What on earth are you doing? But this doesn't bear relation to the real world. Walls will work best on the edge between tiles, actually. No overspill and no overdig. But have to be careful not to undermine them. See, that's an interesting thing, because I did that up here, but it led to weirdness. So, what you're saying... Oh, right, yeah, I can see what that happened, yeah. Right, so you're saying on the very edge. Right. Man, I'm trying to be helpful and I still get sassed. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have sassed you, like, if you hadn't literally just suggested something that someone else had suggested about 4 seconds earlier and I'd already responded to. You opened yourself up for the sass on that one. Because it's like, well, why should I not sass you when you make a suggestion when you don't listen to me when I reply to that same suggestion, which is do what the real world does. Zigzag. Aavak is in a sassy mood. Well, you know, we all have to have a little bit of sass every now and then. Remember, I'm British is how I love people. Right, that's all done. Let's get you in position. Okay. There we go. And we unpause. That should make significantly better use of all of the corn, but again, it is going to run up to a point where we can't sustain anymore. And then it's just going to start filling back in. Oh! Karen is done. Thank you very much, Karen. Your work was exemplary, as always. Let's get that set up there. And down we go. Also want to strip that back if we can. We'll get those in time. To be fair though, I'm starting to see why the soil wasn't getting dumped. Didn't imagine we'd have run out of space to dump things. And long ago I took this away, so... There we go. Oh, and they've already done it over here. Nice. Feels kind of cheeky to be filling all of this in, to be fair. Especially because it just tumbles down and is going to slowly bury the gold, but at the same time. Gold is actually one of the least useful things for me right now. Interestingly. Let's get this edited again. Back over this whole area. Go. Right, but now that's done. Time for us to grab this whole thing and move it up. Now, where do we want the inputs to be in the versus the outputs? I would rather have the coal collected on the side. Sorry, the concrete collected from the side. Pop it there. That gives us plenty of space. And we demolish the old. Right, so let's bring it on line one section at a time. Need all of that done. Again, we want to have it kind of work backwards in a way. We've got a current system, but we are going to need to put a bit of effort in getting all of that set up. Once that's no longer drawing coal out of the... Oh, where's all of the coal gone? Or are you all... You're all stuck with too much dirt to do anything with. Damn it. Hopefully what we've just set up will pull more dirt over. We'll have a watch. We are going to rather desperately need that moved. I mean, we've got jobs for them to do, so when they don't have any other hauling to do, they should be rushing off to do that. Alright, this should be set to those recipes. These should be set to either or. Actually, let me copy that. Yeah, off. Come for the game, stay for the sense. Is a gold vein? It's above ground on this map. Well, that actually might be below ground too, but what we can see is above ground. Okay, so chat, legitimately, what do you feel we should do with this? Should I just cave and give it an output? May try to make a ramp all the way to the bottom of the crater and start mining ores from there, from below. That way you don't have to worry about ramps and reassigning dig areas for long periods. That's also where transport routes may be helpful. The problem with that, Shadowhiss, is that whilst I could ramp, you know, quite far down, I will cause things to collapse in on it. And it kind of negates the use of retaining walls, which is something I'm trying to work out how to better use. Does that not make sense? Thank you for the suggestion, but... I mean, there is a certain degree of I'm causing problems for myself by trying to validate using this system, but I mean, maybe you are right with the over-digging thing. Making sure that the tiles are on the borderline. With the dirt, have you started on making an expansion here on the water? Yeah, I have. Shemai, Welsh Tiger. Iawn, diolch. Beth am ti? It's going to take a while to get the resources together for this, especially now that we're working on that one. And it's going to take a fair old while, sadly. You should not be importing anything there. You are there. Was it still helpful to prevent the top edge from collapsing too much when you start to undermine it? In my game, I switched from ramped pits to just mining straight through deposits all the way to its bottom layer, and then just mining the walls from there. Oh, fair enough. I had one 2.5 hours ago, so I'll probably be going for another tea break in about 30 minutes. Personally, I would make an area. Well, that was kind of what was going on over there. But somewhere along the lines it got a bit messed up. But I can always just mine down one layer and then rebuild it. That one's not too much of a concern to me. Maybe what I should do with the retaining walls, though, is just try out building them right up against the wall. The only issue with that is when I dig then into the wall, it might throw things out. Has anyone had any experience with that? When you set something to dig, the tile that a retaining wall is on, in the middle of it? Like, what's the consequence there? That needs to be lime. This needs to be fuel gas. Always keep full. Always keep full. This needs to be water. Source filtration is done. Moving on to hospitals now. Eventually we're going to get this right. Eventually it'll happen. The other thing we can do is we can replace that with the corner and just allow this ramp to exist as it is. It's not necessarily the worst idea. What was I going to do from here? Change direction again? No, more than likely just carry on as a ramp. So in a way, this area will slowly get deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually... Well, I suppose there would be another wall built in there, I guess. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I now try and dig this across. Is that going to mess up that part of the pit? I think it will, but I can just fill that in with dirt after the fact, because that's kind of what I had to do there, as it happens. I had to refill that section. That's why that is oddly rocky. I suppose that isn't the worst thing in the world. Because as you can see, it's just mining through and causing this ramp to collapse partially. In a sense, that's not necessarily a bad situation to have. Oh wow, they've already filled that? Dear Lord, that's impressive. Still waiting on the last bits here, though. What's the hold up? Currently, it is concrete. And for the concrete, that is because limestone. Okay, well, we'll pause that one for now. Actually, I could just pause the whole thing. Again, over here, these are not emptying in the right way. And yes, sometimes it would. Be rock. And we want that to empty. No import. Hey, Leafin, how you doing, mate? See, it seems to pull some things, but it doesn't really pull these with any kind of success. Like the dumping materials, it just doesn't seem to prioritize taking those. I wonder why. Well, I guess part of it might be that there's so many other places with dumping materials ready to be moved at a higher priority. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So it may be a case that if I've got anywhere that's using those priorities, prioritized dumping materials, then everywhere needs them. Which, I'm going to be honest, is a bit of a shame. But it would explain things. How about I try that then? I'll allow the coal one to work as well. Well, I've just built these, but let's give that a shot. Let's see what happens if I remove all of them and just allow them to grab whatever is available. It may work, it may not work. We'll see. Try not to overlap digging tiles with retaining walls. Best is to put the retaining walls along the other side of your digging tile. See, Fuman, your opinion there is mirrored by a lot of other people. But Shadowhiss was just mentioning that they have had their best luck with having the retaining walls along the border. So I would love it if, for those in chat who prefer one method over the other. What are your reasons for preferring that method? That would be super useful for me. If you could let me know in chat. Also, Grafenhawk, diolch yn fawr iawn for the 2 years, mate. Well, almost 2 years. How you doing, Avocado Witchnits? It was lovely to see your name in chat. There we go. That's now filled in. No, stop. Oh, balls. It's already flat. You don't need to do it anymore. Problem here is you decide to dump something in the tile containing the wall. They will dump on both sides of the wall. They will dump inside the pit until the ground level on the edge of the wall tile gets level, meaning the pit gets filled. Yeah, no, that seems to be the problem that I have with having the tiles on one side or t'other of the wall, yeah. Right, now that we've removed all of those, let's see how the trucks and what they're doing. Like, what are they emptying? Are they emptying anything? I'm clearly seeing some trucks moving around with various loads. Let's follow you for a little bit. Or are you assigned to something? Yeah, okay. Let's have a follow. Show me what you're up to, matey boy. I want to know. Also, Eternal727, thank you very much for the 29 months. Wow, just woke up and I've got the best start to the day. Watching Aavak stream. Hurrah! Morning, everyone. Morning to you, mate. Right, where are we going next? All right, you are on a direct pickup route. Okay. See, I've got all of these trucks just sat around not doing anything now. And none of them, like, I've got idle trucks. 14 idle trucks. Yet each one of these, in my opinion, should have a truck trying to empty from it. Maybe if I tell a truck to go there. Some vehicles will be allocated to transfer cargo exclusively from this building, meaning that any time an assigned vehicle performs a delivery, this building has to be either source or destination of the cargo. This can be combined with routes assignment to form dedicated supply lines. Okay, that's not really what we want. When enabled, only the assigned vehicles below will be allowed to collect or deliver the cargo here. No. There should be a truck on its way, which will either park just in front of it or not. I don't know. There we are. What are you going to do, buddy? Absolutely nothing. What's happened to the food now? We've got a lot more people. Thank you very much for all the support in chat. Thank you very much to Abarash Compassion for the 17 months, and Desukun and Yes Kiwis Can Fly for the bits. Diolch. But yeah, we've got a lot more people now. Water saver is not strictly necessary anymore, I would say. Food saver, maybe. Alright. Well, having, like I said, checked over the spreadsheet, it is pretty categorical. What we hope would happen will never be. Much sadder. But at least now we know for certain that it never will. So we can move on to other things. In regards to all of this, we are actually starting to fill this up quite nicely. We actually have enough naphtha to turn a fair old bit of it into fuel gas, in my opinion. We'll have to see. But would quite like if we could get some more these on the go. Where is the hold-up once again? It's still concrete. Right, we can get rid of that. No longer necessary. Right, Yuri is no longer digging. Yuri must continue to dig. Let's get that area cut back. Low supply of limestone, yes, that will be the case. Low supply of coal, also the case, because we're digging into ever less valuable parts of the coal seam, sadly. Let's expand that out a bit here and there. Hospital finished. Working on the new research lab. They've actually done quite a lot of work on the concrete slab, to be fair. We've got plenty of material right now, so we should be able to dig a little deeper. Get that built. Make these priorities, and then I can dig back a little bit more. But ultimately, I want to dig all the way to this... Well, do I want to go all the way to that side? Yeah, I kind of do, actually. There is still a hell of a lot of material here. Almost all the way down. We kind of want to bring this mine down to about here. And then dig further and further and further down. It'd be an interesting one. I wonder, though. Might not have been better to simply take this ramp further down in a straight line. It is something that we could still attempt to do. But what I was doing over here, I guess, was the idea of trying to do the zigzag, but ultimately we're going to be wasting a lot of material no matter what we do. Unless I dig from the very outskirts where there is no iron. Maybe I should have started doing that a long time ago. In fact, maybe a ramp down here would be the best thing. But ultimately, I'll run into the iron ore no matter what. We could try that, though. I could, instead of having these built, I could demolish this. And build a ramp down from up here. Certainly worth trying, I guess. No harm in it. So something about there, I guess. And once that's gone, it's going to kind of overspill a bit. Let's speed things up a bit. So the two mines, basically this one is, I'm trying rather clumsily to use the provided systems to make this into a good supportive mine area. I would like this place to only accept slag, rock, well actually we could just say crushed slag, and gravel only. Well, if I do that, we won't get anything else. But so I'll say rock. Actually, let's have you stop digging that up first and foremost, and instead fill this back in. What I'll try and do is I'll try and make a ramp just going down from there. If I have the ramp be a little bit narrower, it will afford me a bit more room to play with. One, two, three, four, five would need to be there. That one there. And I want one around here. Like so. At this point, let's get all of those made. And then at the top, I'm also going to want this. Ah, the problem is actually at the... Oh, no. At the top... No. I've made a mistake there in those positions. What I want is the top one to be there. I mean, I guess ultimately it doesn't matter. One way or another, I'm going to cause myself issues. But let's start off with a 3 wide area. Because it feels like that is going to be a bit more accommodating for future expansions. And a corner right there. Now, if I can in any way get those Unity built, that would be fantastic. If not, then we'll just unpause them at the bottom, and then we'll do the top. Then we're going to fill in a ramp over there, dig away that retaining wall, and we're just going to replace that ramp, because there's a lot of iron over there that I want to gain access to, frankly. We'll see how it goes. You sort of have to prevent collapses, yeah, and you kind of always needed to, in a way. Get that done. And that done. That one is a priority. And yeah, it's going to take an age to get everything done here, unfortunately. Oh, thank you so much, Elab. Yeah, I know she came in and wanted to curl up on my couch. Hilly's being a little loaf on the couch right now. What are you doing? Aavak, any plans to play the Live Alive relaunch on Switch? I don't know. Do not know. Maybe, but big question. Problem is, if I remove this bloody retaining wall, this is all going to collapse down. Ugh. Do it. And flump. Such unhappiness. Oh, and it broke something else? Scoundrel. Kind of cool to have seen that in action, though. Not gonna lie. It is kind of sucky that now I can't undo that. Right. Let's get those out of there. Once again, get it done quickly. And now we want to fill all that in. Worst part about it is it's going to cause overspill, and I can't get back up there to fix that. Can I even get through there? I wonder. I might actually still be able to do it. My trucks may be able to access that to clear that out. Though ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter. I could just take that away. Right, that's good enough. Thank you. Actually, let's remove these. We'll gonna have to do a bit of filling in. That one in particular still needs a bit of filling in, sadly. Nope. Also, nope. I mean, they've done a fairly solid job, to be fair. Deliver. Now, let's see if my dump trucks can actually take care of this. Let's carefully fill that in. Okay, that no longer needs to be filled. Let's remove that before it causes me any troubles. Now, if we're lucky, that should work. And if it does, then the next section is going to be 5 long. And if that works, then we'll just keep going along here, doing exactly the same thing. Don't have a whole lot of time to do it, because I do need to still be gathering iron, but at the time, for the time being, we're not hurting too much for it. But I can't take over long getting that ramp made. Because the other thing is I'm going to have to start, like, as soon as I hit this part. Oh, actually. Okay, so one thing that we're facing here is the moment I start digging there, I threaten to undermine this. So realistically, I also need to add these in to retain this wall. So at that point, wouldn't it be safer to basically shimmy out with each level by 1 tile's worth? It's a fairly important question. Hopefully we can get that filled in soon, because they're taking their sweet time doing it. Where are the mining designations outside of an area? Ah, yes. Well done, Karen. Okay. Hopefully we can get all of that sorted. And from the bottom, start digging things out. I think what we'll do is, in order to just have some... Well, I guess we're going to be removing those, so... It doesn't really hurt. Really? Still? Where? Ah, yes. Once again. In terms of coal, we're back on top with the coal, thankfully, but still quite a lot of things that we need to work on. Bring like 1 or 2 slabs. You're burning so much fuel for that. My lord. Yeah, different materials will have a different profile when it comes to spelling. Very much so, in fact. Right, with that done, let's just mine all of that away. Sure, if you'd like to see that. Like, once we're done getting all of this emptied... once we've completely emptied the mine, yeah, we can just delete the retaining walls and see how big of a collapse happens. That'd actually be quite fun. You super need to not be there now. Oh, crap. Too late for you, I'm afraid. Okay, they've almost made the ramp all the way down. What are you talking about? Oh. Okay, that's fair. Let's get this filled in there. But you should be able to excavate this. Now that that's done, we should see folks heading down here in a moment. We want to probably have the retaining wall somewhere around here. I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I would like to get this area kind of sealed off, I guess. Such that we can. That's about the end of it. So this is going to be a long-term retaining wall project. Oops. Turn it there. Turn it here. There. And all the way up to the end. Yep. Now the thing is, a lot of that is not going to be iron. So, to that end, I'm going to say that my iron miners shouldn't really be doing most of that work. Instead, I think this is going to be a job for you. Well, not Yuri. Dave, what are you doing, Dave? You're doing the sand mining still. Okay. Oh, we've done everything over there. Fantastic. Nice work. Okay, next section then to unlock would be this. we doing for iron? We are doing terribly for iron. Okay, time for us to very seriously redesignate. Right. Actually, what I would like is for you to now be going down from there all the way down to 20. And from 20 all the way out here. I'm going to cancel the remainder of this part of the dig. Pull all that back. At least as far as that. Like, I super need you to move, actually. Go, go, go. Hello, Tilly. What do you want, sweetheart? If there is a Sheila out and about, now would be the time to come and collect the Tilly. We need these to retain this wall. No, Tilly. I know. What are you doing? No, stop. Balls. You're making a mess. Okay, don't dig that part yet. I do, once again, require that you dig this part instead. It frustrates me too. Yeah, I think ultimately it's time for me to move Karen. Karen has been doing a lot of work up there for quite some time, but Karen now needs to be down here doing a lot of work instead. Dunk. This can now refocus on the more iron-rich areas of this mine. And as soon as this ramp is sufficient that I can drive back out there, we're taking away a lot of these walls. I know, Tilly. Hopefully Sheila will come and take care. Oh, I think she's a bit hungry. She just came in. Good night, Demi. Right. I'm going to pause this for a moment, as I quite badly need to go and give Tilly some food. Just be a second.